Oh yeah, water's almost boiling, guys. What's up, fish heads? Welcome to another fish head live stream. Today we are cooking up the fish that Dylan caught yesterday. We got two awesome catfish. We're also gonna make a country boil. We got shrimp, sausage, corn, mushrooms, crawfish, bunch of good stuff to put in there. As soon as a few more people join us, I'll show you guys this recipe. But most importantly, we're making our own recipe for the batter on the catfish. We'll just hang out here for a second. I'll show you guys a few really cool things. Dylan's going to be with us here. He's going to kind of jump in and out. He's also going to help me with chat because I am way too far away with these bad eyes to read the chat down there. So he's going to help me out with chat. Mama Fish Head might help me out with the recipe a little bit if I forget anything, but I think we have everything kind of set up and situated so I don't have to think too much, guys. Always a good thing. You're just making some food and not making any mistakes. But this isn't a difficult recipe. It's just, you have to know the recipe. And we've invented this recipe from scratch, basically, or else copied it and made our own changes for other stuff. While we're doing the cooking, we will also be filming for the long form video that we're making about this whole trip. We did Dylan catching the bait 2 days ago. We did catching the catfish yesterday. Also some other randomness, guys. We got 3 turtles, an alligator, a bunch of weirdness happened yesterday, so I think it's going to be a really cool video. But Dylan is going to tell me what you guys are saying because I can see that there's a chat, but I can't read any of it.
And I'm on Mama Fish Head's phone.
Yes, and he is also on Mama Fish Head's phone. So you'll see Mama Fish Head in here. If there's any comments, that's actually Dylan saying something. But he's going to read the comments out loud so that I can hear it and react to it. He hasn't done it yet.
You want to tell him what? Read it. You got to read the comment. Tell him.
Have you got the toilet brush for basting? So it says.
Yes. Try to keep the the jokes down, Stuart, just a bit because Dylan's going to have to read them to me. Normally I have to like kind of skip through stuff. But he's going to have to read everything, including everybody else's comments, but no toilet brush involved. Although I could use a toilet brush to scrub out these pots afterwards if it was a brand new sanitary one. Toilet brush is so useful, guys. You can use it for almost anything. But since the water is just coming to a boil, we're going to put all the stuff for the boil in there first. Once that's all in there, it's basically just a waiting game, and then we'll do the catfish.
Seasoning. Put a seasoning in.
It's not quite boiling yet, but I guess I could put the seasoning in there. We're going to do crawfish, shrimp, and crab boil. Pretty standard thing to put in there.
Tell him what you're doing.
Stuart says something to me. What if Stuart says something to me?
This might not work out with Dylan reading the chat, guys, because I see chat running through.
Stuart
You
said
just answer
something to me.
Just answer it then.
So I don't read it today?
No, answer him on the line. Just say something.
Crawfish, shrimp, and crab boil.
You say Stuart, whatever.
Uh,
Dylan.
I don't know.
Dylan.
Dylan's having trouble with the chat here, guys.
So Dylan is the new recipe for catfish bait.
Yes, the bluegill that Dylan got, good recipe for catfish bait. We're going to stick with that recipe too. We always catch more fish on chicken, and now we caught more fish than that on the bluegill. So Dylan's got the bait that we need, but we're going to go ahead and put this We're gonna go ahead and put this crawfish, shrimp, and crab boil into the water now while it's getting up to boil. Get that all seasoned, and then put the rest of the ingredients in there so that that can be going while we're making the catfish.
You need to do what you got.
All right.
That person doesn't know.
Appreciate all you guys for coming in here. I don't know who's in here yet because the phone is way too far away for me to be able to read it. I have like 20/80 vision, so if I miss you, I apologize.
Adrian's in the house.
Adrian, appreciate you joining us. I have Dylan as my chat interpreter. He's just hanging out here off to the side. He'll come and say hi in a minute. But I knew that there was no way doing this vertical live stream so that you could see me and what I was doing down here at the same time. I couldn't be horizontal, which is how we normally do it. So I can't read the chat, guys. But Dylan's helping us out with that. But the seasoning is in the water. Also, you always have to put some onions in the water, in the boiled water. Oh!
Stuart says catfish love catfish.
No, give it to me.
I dropped one of the onions.
We're rinsing it.
Dad,
I dropped the onion guy. One half of them. Mama Fish Head's gonna rinse it, and we'll throw it in there.
You get what? Go ahead.
A little dirt never hurt anybody.
Stuart says catfish love catfish bait.
Alright, no problem.
They do. Little dirt never hurt anybody. Onions going in.
Some lemon juice.
Give that a couple
Not
minutes.
the mushroom. No.
Stuart says rookie chef.
Lemon. Save a couple for your catfish if you want.
Also, throw a couple lemon wedges in there.
Squeeze it first.
Got to put a couple lemon wedges in there.
Squeeze it first.
It might look weird, guys, but I have another camera right off the video at the same time as making this live stream. So, challenging ourselves technically, but I think we got this under control. But on the live, I know it looks weird. As long as you guys know what's happening, it's probably not too weird. If it's too weird, let me know. And also hit that like button, guys. Do it! Do it! Hit the like button.
Stuart says citrus fruit is a good choice.
Yep, gotta have some lemons in there. Also, you gotta have some corn on the cob in there. Next ingredient, corn on the cob. Basic ingredient of any country boil.
Stuart asks where's the like button.
Hit the little 3 dots up in the corner, guys. It takes you to a different screen where you can hit the like button. Do it.
I don't think so.
I just showed Dylan how to do it. Now we have one artificial like from that phone, but that's okay. We need 25 likes on this to make Dylan happy, guys. Dylan always wants 25 likes.
Stephen Merchant in the house.
Stephen Merchant, appreciate you joining us. We're cooking up those catfish from yesterday. I know Stephen watched that video of us catching them. And we're also making...
A boil.
We're also making the boil, but Mama Fish Head's telling me I'm going to put the ingredients in the wrong order.
Stuart
The
says
mushroom doesn't take that long, babe.
So the meat, and then, but we have to have everything in there before we put the shrimp and the crawfish in.
The mushroom
Stuart
is going.
says or you could just hold your finger to the phone.
Oh yeah, you can, like double tap it, right? All right, guys, next ingredient,
Cajun.
Cajun sausage. Cajun sausage going in there too. We got a bunch of this. We'll give that a couple minutes, and then we'll throw these mushrooms in there. We made a special trip today, guys, down to the Asian market. And we got these mushrooms. I think they're called king oyster mushrooms. They're huge and fat. We're going to throw those in there too. Experimental oyster mushrooms. We're going to try those. The stems are so thick. This probably will be amazing in the boil, guys. Definitely challenging trying to do two things at the same time here. But we have all those mushroom chunks to throw in there.
Stuart says stewed mushrooms. Stewed shrooms.
They're kind of like thick and marshmallowy feeling. It's an interesting texture. Definitely an interesting texture on these mushrooms. Okay, so that's all of the non-protein ingredients in the pot. We have to let that come back up to a boil. Then we throw the frozen crawfish in there. We bought crawfish frozen, guys. Didn't catch them ourselves. We didn't catch the crawfish ourselves, so they're frozen. We have to let the water come back up to a boil, and then we'll throw those in there, and then the shrimp after that. Dylan, you hungry?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's hungry.
You can do that. Maybe prep
I
that.
think Mama Fishhead's gonna help us out with the chat. Seemed like Dylan forgot to read.
I'm not good.
I never learned to read.
I'm not good at it. I'm
Stuart says, "How are you, Dylan?"
good.
Yeah, we also have all the ingredients laid out here for the catfish, but I know that's going to take way longer, so we're getting that all set up, and then we'll make the catfish for all you guys to see and for us to taste. We'll tell you if it's amazing or not. I have a good feeling about it.
When you're ready. If it's not ready, you can do the batter seasoning.
It's like 30 seconds away from boiling, so I'm not going to start the batter yet. I mean, we're literally like under a minute away from this happening. And then we can put the shrimp in, the crawfish in. Oh, I gotta show you guys these shrimp. These shrimp are amazing.
These things.
Stuart said, "Did you go to school to learn how to read?"
I done that.
Asking you if you went to school to learn how to read.
I did go to school to learn how to read, and I learned how to read. Oh no.
These shrimp are huge.
So yeah, check out, that's a giant crawfish, but look at the size of this shrimp, guys. That is a giant shrimp. We call these prawns generally. When they're this big, you call it a prawn. Huge shrimp. And the crawfish. Pretty excited about this. First, we're going to put the crawfish in there. Nice, big, good-sized crawfish, but we also have these giant shrimp to put in there.
Stuart says catfish bait. Steven says beauty.
This could be bait, but when they're this big, gotta eat them.
Steven said it's beauty.
Gave me a good idea for the video there, Stuart. Alright, so we just... Alright, we're up to full boil, so it's time to throw the crawfish in there.
Yeah. What about the
That's
shrimp?
not the crawfish.
Crawfish.
What about the shrimp, Dad?
We're gonna put the shrimp in right after the crawfish. Really doesn't matter,
Can
but
I put the shrimp in?
the crawfish are still frozen. So we'll get those in there first.
Okay.
Crawfish are still a little bit frozen, so we're gonna put those in first. Dylan's gonna dump them in the pot.
Be careful.
Gently.
Yeah, I don't think I can do this.
Gently.
Get down lower into it if you can.
Yeah, tip it over. Okay, let me do it.
You can do the shrimp, bud. There you go.
Yeah, I want to do the shrimp.
All right. So because they're frozen, they're gonna stop the boiling process. We'll wait till it comes back up to a boil, and then we'll throw the shrimp in there. It stops the water from boiling when you throw the frozen stuff in, so we have to wait a minute, and then we'll throw the shrimp back in there. And then that comes back to a boil, and we shut the heat off and just let them soak for 20 minutes.
It's a claw this big, Dad, right on top. Dad, there's a claw this big, right on top.
Giant claw.
It's a big
Tell everybody in chat.
There's a claw this big on one of the crawfish, right on top of the pot. I'm excited for the crawfish. It's gonna be delicious.
What's your favorite seafood to eat, Dylan?
I like. Well,
Sushi.
it's sushi, but that's not really only seafood. That's other things too. And sushi isn't always the same type of sushi. Like there's a million different types of sushi. So I don't know what type of sushi. I don't know. Just fish, raw fish.
Pretty much any kind of fish,
Raw.
shrimp, crabs, anything with a shell on it, anything that swims, he loves it.
Anything else.
Tuna prawns are great bait for catfish.
I'm sure they would be great bait. I tried those, the smaller ones, like a couple weeks ago. I even soaked them in the catfish attractant. Didn't catch anything on it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to prep up the herbs. We got thyme, oregano, and Thai basil. And I'm just going to take them off the stems and then chop them up real fine and mix that in with the flour for the catfish. All you really have to do is like grab the stem and rip them off.
Other way.
Dad, it's
Other
still
way?
boiling.
Yeah.
It's boiling,
It's
Dad.
boiling. All right, we're ready to put the shrimp in there.
I see bubbles coming up from the
Let me get these off real quick.
I'm gonna go
That's why I didn't want to do it from the top
It
down,
won't work the other way.
because I can just grab them like this and go.
They work that way.
And then they're off.
I'm gonna get the shrimp.
That's way better, guys.
Can I get the shrimp?
What?
Can I put the shrimp in there?
Zach's sleeping in his little swing right now.
Yeah, Zach is out cold, guys.
He had a big day running errands with us.
We had like super top speed errand run today. We went to 5 different places.
In 2 hours.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours. We went to 5 different places and bought stuff. Just things that we've needed for like a week or 2 weeks and just haven't been able to get there. Yeah, look at the size of those.
Should I put it in?
Is it back to a boil?
I saw bubbles coming up to the surface. Yeah, there's bubbles coming up to the surface. I see bubbles. Mom.
These herbs we picked out of our garden. The only thing that the deer did not eat, we lost all of our crops to the deer except for the herbs. For whatever reason, the deer don't want to eat the herbs out of the garden.
Ray drove.
Minivan time. If you guys are, for whatever reason, against driving a minivan, I'll tell you that you shouldn't be, because they're awesome. Tons of space. We got 5 store visits worth of stuff, all in the minivan, no issues, with our family of 5 comfortably riding. So if you just want a good practical vehicle, get yourself a minivan. It's not like you're trying to be cool at this point in life, right? Someday I will have that 1970 Chevelle, and I'll park it in the garage right next to the minivan. We're going to chop up these herbs, get them finely chopped so we can mix them in with the flour. And then we have to put all the seasonings in there.
You drive me around the bend or up the wall?
I'm using the husk knife, guys. This is like the perfect knife for almost anything, especially chopping.
You're not gonna answer.
Up the wall, down the wall, behind the wall, running down the wall. What was that song? Like 10 years ago?
Stuart has a fun fact.
Fun fact. Mixing all of your herbs together smells amazing. These herbs smell incredible, guys. This is going to be like the base for the recipe, but then we're also going to put a bunch of seasonings in here. These herbs smell amazing, guys. This is going to be like the base for the recipe, but then we're also going to put a bunch of seasonings in here, and it's going to be really good. But let me finish this so we can get to that part. I know it's weird, guys, when I'm talking to the side of the camera, but I'm just explaining it as I go.
Stuart said that, did you know that deer won't eat herbs because that would mean they're already seasoned for roasting in the oven?
Ah, good call.
That's funny.
Yep, they're smarter than that, right?
That's funny.
Alright, I'm just going to get rid of the stems real quick.
You can throw it in boil if you want.
Extra seasonings.
We've already got the bowl filled with flour, so I can start putting the ingredients in here. Next thing I'm going to do, though, before I do any of that, is put the shrimp in the boil.
Oh, I'll do that.
Alright.
Shrimp again.
Herbs going in. Dylan's starting to put the shrimp into the boil. This is going to be a challenging edit, guys. I can already tell you that. Alright, all the herbs are in the flour. Fresh herbs this time. We don't want anybody asking why we use minced garlic out of a tub in this one. Are the shrimp in? Let's just dump them all in at one time, dude, so they cook evenly. Yeah, just grab the whole bag of them and pour it in there.
It's got some.
Yeah, it's got a leak there. I can't.
Just grab them all. They have dude.
But they have spikes.
Weird. You
All right.
grab a gator.
We want to get all these shrimp in there at approximately the same time, so some of them aren't more cooked than others. All right, shrimp are almost down. We let that come up, back up to a boil. We let that come back up to a boil, and then we have to wait 20 minutes. While we're waiting on that, though, we will start the catfish
No,
recipe.
it's down there.
All right, they're all in.
Keep your hand in it and put it in the
Okay, guys, all the shrimp are in there. Now we can start focusing. Now we can start focusing on the catfish. We got that done. We're putting a bunch of garlic powder in there. Garlic powder. Garlic powder.
amateur angler again.
Amateur angler in the house. Appreciate you joining us.
Presley's in too.
Who?
Presley.
Presley 007 in the house. Appreciate you joining us. The secret to making dried batter like this is to overdo the seasonings just a little bit. You always have to use just a bit more than you think you're going to need. You got to over season it, guys, because after it mixes into all that flour, you put some on the fish, you don't get nearly as much seasoning as you think you put in there. So just overdo it. So we got the garlic powder. We need a little bit of sugar. Sugar. Don't need a lot of sugar. That just kind of like evens out the flavor of everything. Onion powder. Also don't really need a lot of onion powder. Onion powder.
Do you put the batter over your head to see if it's set?
I think that's all the onion powder we really had, guys. Just enough. We barely made it on that one.
What time do we need to be around for tea?
Maximum recording time reached.
Tea?
Bam.
Hold on, guys. I need a second to figure out why our other camera just
There's
said.
only videos for 45 minutes.
Okay, so start a new one.
Have you been live?
We have not been live for 45 minutes. 26 minutes.
Okay, that's good.
All right, we're starting over here, guys. Woo!
You're not answering the question I'm
What was the question?
Stuart says, do you put the batter over your head to see if it's set?
I don't know what that means, Stuart.
And Amateur says, what time do we need to be around for tea?
Tea is dinner, which is probably in about a half an hour. It always confuses me when you guys say tea, because tea here is something I brew and I drink it.
Yeah.
But I know you all call tea dinner. Cayenne pepper, we need a bunch of that. We got moisture in there. Oh, that works good. Oh, I just learned something, guys.
No matter how much you guys tell me,
Cayenne pepper.
this is tea. This is tea. This is dinner, apparently. This is tea. This is tea.
Cayenne pepper going in there.
This is not dinner. This is tea.
Yeah, it always makes me second question myself. I'm like, are we having tea or are we having dinner?
Tea.
I did it again, guys.
Having dinner.
Paprika. Next ingredient, paprika. If I could stop dropping the lids in there, that would be amazing.
Yippee.
All right, and the last two ingredients is salt and pepper.
Presley agrees with you, Dylan. Tea is a drink.
Salt and
Tea
pepper,
is
guys.
drink. Not
Universal ingredient.
drink, not weird.
Need a bunch of salt. Remember, you're putting more than you think you need. So we just use like a quarter of that. Now we're going to do the same thing with the pepper. A lot of black pepper in there.
How do you want to turn off the boil?
Oh, yeah.
It came back up to a boil, so now we can shut it down.
Uh-oh. That's a lot of smoke. We're setting off the smoke alarms.
All right, it's back up to a boil. Now we just shut it off. Let the boil stop. And 20 minutes later, this is ready.
In Scotland, they call lunch dinner and dinner tea.
I know, it's so confusing. So confusing with the dinner and the tea and the lunch. What do you guys don't have lunch?
I saw Batman running from the takeaway holding some carrier bag saying, dinner, 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 dinner. With amateur. Yeah, meringue is a sweet dessert. Here, at least. That's what meringue is, Stuart.
Yeah, you gotta like whip up the lemon flavored batter stuff. It's like egg whites and lemon, and then you whip it until it's a hard consistency, and then you put it in the oven
It's not
and
hard.
bake it.
Not hard, babe.
Yeah, not hard. It's like a thick marshmallowy consistency, and then you put it in the oven until it gets brown over the top, and that's meringue. Not one of my favorite things, actually. I'll trade meringue for anything else, basically. Especially fried catfish. Alright, so the batter is now mixed together. All the seasonings are in. Dylan has a rambutan for no reason because we're not putting that in the recipe. But he just wants to show you this thing.
It's a flea. It's a flea.
It's not a flea.
If you ever look at a flea very close, it has a million billion hairs all over it. It's a flea.
It's a mild tasting, slightly sweet fruit. Definitely nothing bad about it. We tried one a little while ago and it was delicious. All right, guys. Ready to start making the catfish. This is going to be amazing. All right, so what we're going to do with the catfish, is we're going to get lemon juice spread out all over the fillets, and then we're going to get that batter mix that we just made coated all over the surface of it, and then we'll throw them on the oil, which I've got going over here. Dylan's still over here with the rambutan.
You probably need to cut the catfish up a little bit.
Wait, Dad. When the catfish is done.
Oh yeah, we have big long fillets, so we should probably cut them into pieces. Look at that. That's a lot of meat. A lot of good meat from those 2 catfish.
When we're done frying that, can we try to fry this? Can we try to fry
Okay, dude, if you want.
Yippee.
All right, we're gonna cut the catfish fillets. We got 4 nice ones like this. We're gonna cut them into chunks and then fry the chunks.
Can you show that?
Catfish. We got 4 of those, guys. I'm gonna stack them up and cut them. Instead of cutting them one at a time, because I believe making 8 cuts is way easier than making 32 cuts.
Prime catfish bait going into the season fire to go on a hook for next outing. And then amateur says alligator next week.
Flavor of the day.
We can't legally catch alligators.
Flavor of the day. Voltage.
All right, it was actually only 4 cuts.
It stopped.
There's our catfish nuggets.
It's just deeping now, bud.
I know how to make it steep more.
Easier to handle this way, guys.
Do we have a pot lid?
What we're gonna do is just put some lemon juice all over this meat, and then we can drop them into the batter, mix it all around so they're coated, and then we can fry them up. All right.
What about turtle stew, says Stuart. And Jerry Boston in the house.
Jerry, appreciate you joining us. We're cooking up these catfish from yesterday's live stream and the long form video that we're making. So if you see me doing all kinds of weird stuff, like right here off camera, it's because I got another camera right here and a GoPro down here and another camera facing the stove. We got a bunch of stuff going on here. We're trying to do 2 things at one time is basically what's happening. But we got the lemon going in. So we're going to coat these fillets, or now catfish nuggets, with the lemon juice. And then that'll make the batter stick to them better.
The amateur says in 20 minutes he'll bring a plate.
Oh yeah.
Right here.
This will be incredible.
Here's the one.
Hey, Zach is in the house.
He just woke up.
Zach woke up, guys. There he is. Chubby little boy. Little chubster. Say hi to everybody, buddy. Can you say hi? Hi.
He's moving his hands.
He usually doesn't stop moving.
He doesn't want to say hi.
Alright, I think we got enough
Don't even-
lemon juice on there. Don't want to fry up the seeds with it. Just kind of get those all coated with the lemon juice. I probably could have used a better container to do this instead of on the cutting board, but with a tiny bit of extra effort, I think we have achieved our goal of getting them soaked. And now we can just throw them into
Dad,
the batter. We're going to do the thick ones first.
told you.
Show 'em. Dylan got this drink. What's the drink called?
I forgot. It's this drink that has a marble inside the glass. I don't know what it's called, but you said I couldn't get a different drink inside of it.
He wanted to save it to be able to use as like a cup.
And I did. Right there. There's my Mountain Dew flavor of the day.
What was the flavor of the day again?
Voltage.
Voltage.
It's cold.
The Mountain Dew flavor of the day, guys. Voltage.
And I got it in a glass bottle now.
I think I want to do like maybe half of these at a time.
I know what it's called now. Ring in. Ring in. Sounds like ramen, but it's ring in. It's a drink that comes in this glass bottle with a glass marble in the middle. Called Ray Moon.
All right, they're all thoroughly covered. Let's go ahead and throw them in the oil.
That it wasn't recording.
It's not been recording the whole time?
Just
Oh,
stop.
no.
Wait, let's see where it stops.
Start record. It doesn't matter now. Just start recording. I'll have to use some parts out of this somehow. For some reason, Dylan's phone has a recording limit on it. My phone doesn't have that.
3 minutes, 31 seconds.
Oh, so it has been recording?
No, that's how much longer.
Oh, you've used all your memory. That's why.
Oh.
Oh, we got to go through and delete all of his Pokemon pictures and stuff like that. All right, guys, this is going to be a tricky long form without a secondary video. Probably not going to work out, actually.
Stuart, I was changing a diaper, but he said no fish was harmed in the making of this live cooking show.
All right, grab the GoPro right there, Dylan. Now video this with the GoPro. Touch the screen so you can see what you're doing. All right, guys, we're putting the fish into the oil, nice and coated with our seasoned batter, or at least seasoning mix.
Oh, stop moving around.
We're gonna do like half of them at a time.
Jerry said that Chatterbait's presentation was awesome. Nicely done.
Thanks, Jerry. I did what I could with what I had to work with. All right, let those fry up. Okay, guys, so I just realized we are out of one of our cameras. Actually, making this video very difficult. Not the live stream. We're still good on the live stream. But now we have no recording of anything that we're doing from this point forward, other than what's on the live stream and the GoPro here in front of us. It's alright, we'll figure it out. I've gotten okay at editing, so as long as I have some footage to work with, I can probably still edit it in there.
You get a plate with the paper towels on it.
Like they keep
But
it.
I feel like the epicness of this recipe,
And then you put the
we
paper
should
towels.
have another. Oh, it's so messy.
Jerry
Another
says,
camera over here.
Jerry says we need a toilet bowl brush fish challenge.
Look at that, guys. I'm gonna rinse my hands real quick. Dylan's getting paper towel ready to take that batch out. We'll flip those over in like 2 minutes. Let them have another couple minutes on the other side. And then that batch will be ready. But by the time the second batch is ready, the boil and the fish should be pretty much done at the same time. That was the goal when we started this recipe. It won't come off.
Amateur that he's doing a boil with crawfish, and shrimp, and sausage, and mushrooms, and corn.
It looks done to me. Dad,
Yeah, this boil is going to be amazing.
Dad, you think it looks done? To me it does. It doesn't look like it's cooked anymore from one side.
We got to give it like a quick stir.
I'll do that.
Seems like there's not enough. No, I'll do it. There's not enough water in there for some reason.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
No, we're good.
You think it's done? Is that a sausage? It's a black sausage. So it's done?
Oh yeah, that's looking amazing. We got to give that like 5 more minutes. It's just soaking at this point, getting all that flavor mixed in with it. Catfish is also looking incredible. We're going to flip those guys over. Awesome in a while, Jerry. I don't know what happened to him, but he hasn't been coming around. Get these guys flipped over. Nope, not yet.
She found the one spot.
Hey, Taco.
Oh, should bring a baby. Jerry says probably playing dead.
Zach, wake up. Time to eat, buddy. In like 2.5 years, Zach can eat this food. He's got a long way to go. I almost feel sorry for him.
Here.
But he really doesn't know what's happening at all. Oh, here's one of the kittens, guys. The cat that had the kittens got 6 of these little guys.
Oh, Taco's looking for him. Go put him back. Go put him back. Go put him
Oh,
back.
she's mad that he picked up the kitten. Take it back to the home. She came looking for that kitten because she heard the meow. The meows. Alright, so that camera is officially off.
Lucas is in the bedroom watching, I think, Phonic. Then you're gonna have to, I guess, then you're gonna do the cat. You're gonna feed him? You're gonna feed him.
They're not getting dark.
How are you gonna do it? You gotta sit down with him. So you're pushing it. You're gonna have to sit down with him.
Mama, look up.
Yeah, in the pan he's cooking the catfish that they caught yesterday.
You know how you normally go for like a golden brown? These aren't really browning that much, but they've been in there long enough to be done on one side. It's still really pale. Probably because we're just using straight flour and some seasonings in it. It's not going to get really dark brown, but it's looking great. I'll show you guys real quick. That's right after I took them off, right after I flipped them over.
Yeah, the kittens are pets, not bait.
Yeah, we can't do that stuff, guys. The authorities will be coming for us. They probably will after we caught that alligator yesterday, too. It's always a bad idea to do something that's illegal. Film yourself doing it and then post it on YouTube. Pretty good rule to follow right there, guys. But we did look it up. It says in the rule books it is not illegal to accidentally catch an alligator and release it safely, which is what we did. We weren't trying to catch the alligator. We didn't do anything to it. We didn't eat it. We didn't keep it. We don't have tags, but it was an accidental catch and release, so not illegal, guys. The state of Florida is pretty crazy about protecting the alligators, even though there is so many of them. You can go out and hunt deer with a hunting license. You can't go out and catch the billion alligators that are here with a hunting license. You got to get this special license. It's on a lottery. Craziness. I bet alligators in this state outnumber deer like 1,000 to 1. It's crazy. All right, I think it's almost ready to flip over on the second side. All right, it's time to take those ones off, put the second batch on. They didn't get very brown. They don't feel very overly cooked.
Amateur angler asks, "Are you not scared of the big alligators?" He is.
I mean, I'm not going to go swimming with them. But I'm really not too worried if they're like swimming next to the boat. They're not going to jump out of the water and get on the boat. What?
Stuart says, kittens have grown a furry coat. They've gone moldy.
What?
The kittens have grown a furry coat. They've gone moldy.
Oh, yeah. They are kind of fluffy looking. This fish feels so tender. Try not to break it up into pieces. This feels so tender, guys. I'm trying not to break it up into pieces. Look at that. Nope, not yet. We can't do a taste test yet. We gotta cook up the second batch. Then we'll do the whole recipe.
Stuart says Crocs make good footwear.
They do. I love Crocs. We wear Crocs on the boat almost exclusively.
No, before that he said alligators are placed unlike saltwater Crocs. Then he said Crocs make good footwear. I think he was talking about the swimming Crocs.
Who knows what you're talking about?
And Jerry Boston says alligator kebabs.
Alligator kebabs are delicious. You've seen us eat them in videos, just not any that we've caught ourselves. Because Florida has all these laws protecting alligators. I actually don't know where like the commercial alligator suppliers get their alligators from, but I guarantee it's not Florida.
Where is it? Georgia?
Unless they have like gator farms or something where they just grow them just to eat them. We have so much of this left over, but we can't reuse it. It's alright, that is going to be amazing here. In just a couple more minutes, we'll be able to try this out. Everything smells delicious. The boil alone would smell delicious, but now we are also adding the fried catfish to it. So like overall, this is like glorious food.
So it says what part of the chicken is from the cutlet. Is this from the cutlet or the thighs? Amateur angler says, I've eaten that crocodile jerky once. It's really gooey.
Gooey.
Chewy.
We don't get crocodiles here. We only get alligators. I've never tried crocodile, but I have definitely eaten alligator many, many times, and they always cook it like this. Fried chunks of alligator is amazing. A lot of people say it tastes like chicken, but it doesn't taste like chicken. If you've ever eaten good frog legs, like fried bullfrog legs, like the really good hearty ones, it's more like that, and they're a bit chewier, like meaty, like a steak. It's not like fish, it's not like chicken. It's hard to explain, guys, but if you ever get a chance to eat fried alligator, do it. Just one time in your life, and then you'll know what I mean.
Presley thinks alligator's good.
Yes, it's amazing. It's worth doing at least one time. I guess if you're in Scotland or somewhere, or in the Philippines or something, it might be hard to get an alligator, but if you can, try it one time. I know they don't have gators over there. They can't live in cold climates. Or places where
they're here.
places where caimans would eat them or crocodiles would eat them. So they're basically like right in this general area where we live. They can't travel very far. They're not as powerful as a crocodile, so the crocodile will just be like, no more gator. And if it gets too cold, they just die. I gotta flip these over, guys.
Stuart says in Scotland we have haggis. What? H-A-G-G.
Haggis. Haggis.
What is that?
It's meat. Ask Stuart to explain to you what is in haggis.
What?
Stuart, tell them what the ingredients of haggis is.
What? I don't. Jerry Boston says, would you think the more alligators you eat, the better? Amateur.
Yeah, I would say alligators are good for the soul.
Amateur says you don't want to know what's in haggis.
Yeah, we do want to know what's in haggis. I've seen it, I've tasted it, but I don't really know what's in it. It's kind of like a hot dog where you just don't want to know what's in there. It's delicious.
What's in it?
I think it's all like the byproducts. The lungs and the livers and everything just like all mixed together. Kind of like a hot dog.
You didn't answer Jerry. What do you think that the more alligator you eat, the better?
Yes, Jerry. The more alligator, the better. But we don't get to eat them that much. You can only get them at restaurants because it's illegal to catch them unless you have your two tags per year which is on a lottery system. So like next year we're gonna put in for it, but there's only like a 10% chance we're gonna be able to get our 2 tags. But if we are lucky enough, we're gonna try to catch 2 big gators. We have to get a bang stick so we can kill them when we get them up to the boat. We're not quite prepared for all that yet, but we're gonna get prepared. And if we get these 2 big alligators with tails that are like this fat, we'll have alligator for like a year off of 2 of them.
Sarah wants to know if you've eaten it because you knew about it, and if you did, where?
What, haggis? Yeah, I've had haggis at a restaurant before. In New York, I think I had it. And it wasn't bad. I liked it. But I think it's one of those things where it's like, all right, we're just going to put all these things together and make something that tastes good, but you don't really want to know all that's in there.
I do.
Pretty much like a hot dog.
I want to know before I eat it.
All right, we're getting really close to being able to do a taste test here.
Stuart said that you're going to go there to Scotland.
Oh yeah, we have to go to Scotland to play golf.
What's in?
Scotland is the birthplace of golf.
Why can't you just tell me, Stuart?
Amateur says he'd rather wrestle an alligator than eat a haggis.
Stuart, why do I have to eat it before you tell me what's in it?
Well, I think what Daddy said was right, is what Stuart said.
Oh.
All right, guys, about 30 more seconds on that side. We're going to take that off. We'll take some of the stuff out of the boil. Normally, we just pour the whole boil out, but just for the taste test, we'll just pick a few things out of it. We'll taste test it for you, let you know how it came out. I'm most excited about this catfish, though, because I've had boils many times. I've never had this exact recipe of catfish that we caught at a Lake
You
Talquin.
mean I caught?
Oh, he's going to take all the credit.
What do you? I caught it.
Put that in the
He did catch the bait,
I
and
just said it.
he caught the fish, but I drove him there.
So.
I supplied all the equipment.
So.
So this is a 2-man process. It's a team effort, dude. Look at the camera. It's a team effort. He's trying to smack me. Whoop.
Dylan, he says, has he ever been wrong with Stuart? He's asking you if he's ever been wrong.
Yeah, Dylan's wrong every night when it's bedtime.
No, Stuart's asking Dylan if he's ever been wrong.
Yeah.
If Stuart's ever been wrong.
Uh.
Every time he's told you something.
Oh no.
Put that in the thing.
All right.
When he tells me something,
It's
he's
ready,
always
guys.
turned
I'm
out
taking
right.
it off. We're going to add the other batch on this side. We'll try this batch first.
You okay with what to do over the catfish? Or no?
Stuart's always been right with telling me what bait to use or just what to do, really.
To be fair, haggis is meant to be really nice, but not for amateur. Ray, we know Ray outfishes you. Dylan outfishes Ray. Dylan, Jerry says.
Always.
Steven says, looks good. Amateur says, catfish looks yummy.
Oh, now you come out.
Jerry, who taught Dylan how to fish?
I could have
I
learned.
need some credit.
I could have learned.
Is that the shrimp?
Stuart says, well, that bait was Dylan's, the catfish was Dylan's, and this meal is Dylan's. Jerry says, hello, Lucas.
Hi, Jerry. Oh, I smell
Lucas
it.
has made a surprise appearance, guys.
Smells
Out
the
of
food.
nowhere.
He smells the food.
Yeah, he comes out when food's here.
No, I like that smell of that living. I just want to have some of that juice.
Stuart says, hi, Lucas.
Hi, Stuart. Can I drink some?
Why do you want to drink some?
Now, dude.
Oh yeah, there we go, guys. That looks amazing. I'm gonna get another plate and put some of the ingredients from the boil on it.
Right there.
Give me one.
We'll try it out, let you guys know how it tastes, and then we're gonna call it so we can have our dinner.
Ray, you only get the credit for taking Dylan to the spot.
That's it.
Dave Garcher is in the house.
Dave, appreciate you coming in. Watch this. We're gonna have the most delicious catfish and low country boil you've ever seen.
In
I'm
lemon.
catfish.
All right, give me this plate so I can
This is
put
my
some.
plate.
I'm just gonna put some of the ingredients on so we can do a taste test.
Amateur says if you sprinkle anything like salt on catfish, then sprinkle some on camera for camera angle.
What are you doing? That's where the plate's going, dude. Not yours. Put yours down there or something, dude.
What are you doing?
All right, we got shrimp.
Lucas,
We got a
throw that
crawfish.
away.
I can't get enough of it.
What's he doing?
Eating a lemon.
So face camera up and sprinkle.
Dude's just eating a lemon right now.
I'm just getting 2 of each
Look at
thing
the-
on here
I done it.
so that me and Dylan can show you guys the taste test. The mushrooms are hard to find.
I think Stuart said
Sausages.
something, Mom.
But I didn't do that, Stuart. I stay home with the baby and Lucas.
What?
He says he thanks me for taking Dylan to the spot. Ray was in the green screen.
It's
Lucas, okay, throw it away.
Oh.
You've had enough.
Alright, and we know the corn is good. So we got.
Tacos just right.
Alright, guys, just for the taste test, I removed some to put on this plate. We're going to dump that all out, and it's going to be a whole bunch that we can enjoy. But I got a shrimp for me and Dylan, a crawfish for me and Dylan, 2 pieces of the sausage, and 2 pieces of the oyster mushroom.
You're welcome, Jerry.
And our GoPro just died. We're going to have to do a secondary taste test for the long form video, guys, because both cameras are down now. You guys are the only ones left in action.
Can I have
Squirrels
crawfish?
magnet fishing then.
Dad, can I have a crawfish?
No, dude.
Yeah.
These are for
You
me and
want to
Dad.
try one?
Yeah.
Squirrels magnet fishing is in.
No, this is
What's
my-
up, Squirrel? Appreciate you coming in.
That's
We're
his
just
plate.
about to try this. Lucas just said he wants to try a crawfish
That's his
too.
plate. That's
I'll put one on this plate for right now, dude.
Okay.
Steven says it's looking like a fine feast. Presley says looks good.
Yeah, normally it doesn't look that clean and organized. Normally you just like pile a whole bunch of it on your plate. But for the taste test, we're just kind of doing it this way. Make it easier.
It's hot.
You gotta wait a minute, buddy. It's
You
way
tried
too
the
hot to
catfish.
eat right now.
Probably eat the catfish.
Yeah, we have to try the catfish first. The ones on this side are gonna be a little bit cooler. So, catfish taste test, guys. You ready?
Yeah, Richard said he wished he made the effort to come around.
It's so tender. It just like falls apart.
I got one that was hot and
Cheers.
cold right in the
Yeah,
middle.
it's hot.
Cheers. All right, let's see.
Mm. It's so tender and
It's perfect. It's
Yeah.
perfect, guys.
Mhm.
Catfish can't get any better than that. Wow, that's good.
I just did the prep work, Stuart. I didn't cook it.
Got in my throat.
It's so soft and tender in the middle. It almost just melts in your mouth. Perfect.
Mm.
Lucas is stealing more already.
Oh, that
You
piece.
taste the seasoning.
This piece is squishy.
It's not over seasoned. You can just taste the seasoning. The lemon juice was actually a good addition.
This
I can
one's so
tell.
soft, it's like air.
It's like air, Lucas says. All right,
I can bite through it so
Second.
easily.
second thing we're gonna try out here, guys, is the morel mushrooms.
You guys.
Not
can have it.
morel.
Sorry, the oyster mushrooms.
the king oyster.
So I'm just gonna cut one of them in half.
I'm just gonna be feasting on the catfish.
Mm-mm.
I know, Stuart.
This is my last.
What? Because I called it the wrong ingredient?
No, he's giving Stuart giving me the credit for cooking.
Oyster mushroom in with the country boil, guys. It's super meaty. It's a very thick, hard consistency.
When you put lemon on it, it tastes like kind of like an oyster. It does taste like an oyster.
It's good though. All right, next ingredient to try, the sausage. One for you. You want one, Lucas?
It's the Cajun sausage. I don't think he'll like that.
No, I just want a bunch of the
Alright.
catfish.
Cajun sausage is really kind of spicy, so Lucas probably doesn't want it.
Dylan said I can't have
You
it.
can eat it.
Yeah, we're gonna have. You can have catfish. Cheers.
What's up?
Presley says, enjoy your tea. No, dinner.
It's too hot to eat.
No, it's not. All right, super successful so far.
I'm gonna eat that.
Here's what a lot of people don't do, guys, with shrimp or crawfish. Once you break the head off, you suck the head out.
I always do that with crawfish.
It's so good.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was a bit spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy though.
All right, let's taste this spicy shrimp.
Dave said you're making him hungry again. Jerry said, is it feeding time at the zoo? Asking for a friend. Jerry said that would be good with rice.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, this piece is hot.
Amateur said he's hungry now. Grab a piece.
Mmm. Whoa.
It's amazing.
Big and juicy and yummy.
Is it good, Mom?
All right, guys, so pretty much 10 out of 10 on this effort. As far as the recipe goes, I would say check in the description below, but can't do that stuff on live streams for like linking stuff as far as I know. If you can, I will. But yeah, such good food here, guys. We're going to go ahead and call it, though, because we have to...
Here, you did do crawfish.
Oh, we didn't try a crawfish. We did. Forget the crawfish.
Yeah, I got to try it, Stuart. I would put more seasoning.
We eat crawfish all the time, so I just kind of like overlooked it. We eat crawfish weekly here.
How big was that?
Cheers.
Teeny?
I'll show you guys. Everyone just eats the piece of the tail out, and they're always like trying to peel the tail and all this stuff. You break the tail off, there's some meat hanging out. You just grab that with your teeth, pull it out of the tail, and then suck the head out. It literally takes you like 15 seconds to eat one, instead of like trying to peel them and all that. So much easier that way.
Napkin.
Yeah, we need a napkin.
Yeah.
Grab me one too, dude.
And me.
Alright, there you go, buddy.
Send Stuart a boat so he can come back and give it to us.
Alright, guys, we're going to call it for now. Appreciate everybody for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. We'll be doing more in the future. Lots more. Hopefully, the more fish we catch, the more fish we can cook. So definitely join us again soon. We've got a really cool video coming out this Friday. We just had one come out last Friday. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It went all over me, guys. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Cheers.